Hello everyone, welcome to my channel biomed prachi. Apart from medical systems and technologies, today we are going to talk on very different dimension of medical field. Our today's topic is DNA testing and matching. Of course, many times we hear about DNA test, mostly in movies and series, right? But very less people knows about what is DNA and how DNA test is carried. So let's see about this technology. The long form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Basically, DNA is a ladder like group of molecules that is responsible for carrying and transmitting the hereditary materials or the genetic information from parent to child. These genetic instructions are responsible for development, functioning, growth, and reproduction of all known organisms and many viruses. In every human cell, there is a chromosome inside the nucleus, and there is a genetic material called DNA. DNA keeps replicating itself by copying itself, which then leads to cell division. DNA testing looks for changes in genes, chromosomes, and proteins. DNA test can give lots of information about the genes that make up who you are. Test can confirm if one have or don't have a specific disease. It can also determine if one have higher risk of developing certain conditions. DNA matching is done for reasons like legal evidence for child support, parenting rights, property inheritance claims, social benefits, immigration adoption, baby born out of marriage, other circumstances when proof of blood relationship is required. Now let's see how DNA is made of from DNA segment. All human beings have 22 pair of autosomal chromosomes and one pair of sex chromosomes. Total 23 pairs of chromosomes. Chromosomes contains nucleotides which are building blocks of DNA. Each nucleotide is made up of 4 bases which are adenine that is A, thymine that is T, guanine that is G and cytosine that is C. Now understand how DNA test is carried. Sample is collected from any body fluid or hair as all the cells carry DNA. Then in lab they break down the cell membrane by adding enzyme to DNA sample solution. Using electrophoresis, DNA is separated from sample which uses electric field and this process sort molecules in a sample. After that, process called PCR is used to generate copies of DNA. These copies are then be tested for genetic markers. Testing is the finding of genetic markers in the DNA that identify relationship. Now when markers have been obtained, they can be matched against unknown DNA sample. DNA matching is a process of sequencing your DNA and comparing it to a DNA of other people in database. According to research, 99.9% of human DNA is identical. That is, remaining 0.1% accounts for all the variance between human beings. So, it is that 0.1% that DNA testing services analyze to discover DNA matches and calculate ethnicity estimates. According to basic principles of heredity, you inherit a certain percentage of your DNA from each ancestor. The more distant the ancestor, the smaller the percentage of DNA you will share. For example, 50% of DNA from each of parent, 25% from each grandparent, and 12.5% from each great grandparents. DNA paternity test is generally considered to be the most accurate testing method available. The more marker tested, the more accurate the results. There are 24 to 46 different DNA markers. DNA labs returns result in 10 to 12 working days. DNA testing is also called as genetic testing and is being useful in many areas of medicine and can change the medical care you or your family member receives. It can provide diagnosis for genetic conditions such as Fragile X or information about risk to develop cancer. Usually, genetic test results can be helpful in diagnosing and predicting probable risk of diseases. Genetic studies can benefit us in different ways, like diet according to your genes, genetic nutrition, and preventive health. So, first is diet according to your genes. It can help to make healthier food choices when you get to know about probable food sensitivities, food intolerance, and optimal diet on basis of your genes. This can lead to better overall health and well-being. Second is genetic nutrition. Genetic tests can provide insight into your body's ability to absorb certain essential vitamins and minerals, thus help to modify your intake and improve your health. Third is preventive health. DNA test can help you determining your risk for conditions such as obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer causing genetic mutations. In those different ways, DNA test and DNA matching test being great blessing for all human beings. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Next time we learn new technology. Till that, keep learning. Do your best. Bye bye.